Yeah. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Biddy Penny and I have Debbie here with me from Project 39 Mini Albums. Hey Debbie.
Hello there.
So much for joining me today.
Thanks for asking me. It's fun to craft with someone.
I know. I had just a taste of it, when we were getting ready for the craft fair with our tech call. And I was like, we've got to follow that up with a crafty session.
Good.
I'm so
the
glad
next best thing to being there.
Right. I know. Zoom is a good thing for sure. So we hope you all are doing well. Debbie and I are just kind of working on random things today. We're just really trying to have a crafty session, a couple of girlfriends hanging out here, and we thought we'd hang out with all of y'all as well within the chat. So hey Heather, thanks for jumping in here with us. Yeah, so I'll be trying to keep up with the chat on my phone. Debbie, what are you going to be working on?
I'm going to work on I've made some folios and I have this paper collection.
Oh, cool.
Joanne's. It's fall, but doesn't it look very muted?
Yeah, can you hold it a little closer to the camera? I know I'll see it when you start crafting. Oh, yeah. I like it though.
It's cool. It's cool. I love the squirrels. Yeah. The squirrels got me.
I'm a sucker for squirrels too.
So I've got the folio. Actually, it's a folio. I've got it all made. I'm just going to decorate and have fun doing it.
Oh, cool. Good. That'll be fun.
And what are you going to work on?
I'm working on little pockets of sunshine. So I have recycled some denim and made these pockets. And it even has a front pocket, like a pant pocket. And then they're going to be filled. Right now, it's currently filled with a ton of sunflower ephemera, but they're actually going to be filled with mini sunflower journals. And that's why I'm calling them pockets of sunshine. So I'm starting with a file folder for my cover and making mini journals.
Very cool.
Yeah, I got to get ready for that next craft fair.
Yeah.
And yeah, all the pages have really positive affirmations on them and stuff. They're really encouraging. Always stay true to yourself, stuff like that. So I figured it would be a nice, fun thing for people. So you ready to get busy and start crafting?
I am ready. I'm going to turn the camera around.
Me too. Go ahead. I'll hold down the fort.
Okay.
Oh, Amy's here as well. Hi, Amy. And to anyone who's just watching. So this is an off the cuff, fly by the seat of our pants crafting session together with Debbie and I. Looks good, Debbie. I'm going to switch my camera around and you'll be on by yourself for just a second.
Okay. I am going to work on the magnets to start, or else I'll forget them.
So what size is your album?
It's 8 by 4.5.
Okay.
No, I don't. I told you my husband's been taking pictures, so every time I finish something, he seems to take it, and I don't know where he's put it, which isn't a bad thing. It's not terrible. I'm very fortunate that he does that. Camera up.
Okay. Uh-oh. I'm nervous. Let's see. I think that'll work.
Do you have the volume on
I
your
do. Hold on
phone?
just a second. You can keep talking.
Okay. I am just going to, I think I'm going to distress this because I needed a layer on the front cover just to make it pop. So I think I'm going to grab some gray, see what that does. Well, I have brown on my distressing thing. Let's see how that looks. It'll be okay. Just trying to tone it down a little.
Okay.
So I've been playing with distress ink lately. Been having lots of fun doing that. Making a mess.
I'm going to test my speaker again. I'm not hearing any feedback, but can you hear me?
Yes, and there's no feedback. It sounds perfect.
Excellent.
So how many of the pockets of sunshine do you think you'll make?
I have 6 prepped.
Okay. Is that a good number for your craft fair? How many?
Yeah, I think so. You know, if I was doing I have a few that are made that aren't the same theme. If I was doing a regular craft fair, these particular little notebooks usually all sell out, and I'll take 10 to 20. But for the virtual one, I think 6, and then I have 4 that are a different theme. I think 10 will be plenty. I'm trying to have a variety of things, so you know, and I know it'll sneak up on me, so I don't want to try to have too much. Hey, Debbie J. Oh, Heather, you're prepping for a hurricane. I guess maybe Debbie is too, because y'all are both in Florida.
Where's it supposed to hit? I haven't even paid attention.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, like Tampa, the west side.
Okay. My son just moved to St. Pete, so probably right there.
Oh boy.
I'm sure he'll be fine. There was a hurricane that came when I was living in Tampa, and my husband and I and our whole family, my mom, my brothers, we all left and went to go stay with my sister-in-law in Georgia. And she lost power. For 3 days we were there, no power. And my son in Tampa was fine. So you just never know. So I think I like this layer. On there. I'm sure Toby Bitty Penny will be back in just a second.
Yes.
There you are. Yay.
I'm having such a hard time with my tech today.
And here I was congratulating you on figuring out the tech.
I know, right? That was a little preliminary.
Yeah. That was the kiss of death, probably. I shouldn't have done that.
Oh my goodness. Hopefully we can make it work. Are you hearing a lot of feedback or anything?
No, no.
Perfect.
I'm not. Anyone else?
Yeah, are y'all getting any feedback? I need Debbie J over here. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have been waking up at like 3 o'clock every morning I just can't seem to make it stop. And yesterday I made this journal. Then I edited the video. Everything turned out funny. And I ended up just deleting it. But I will share that another time. I'm going to get started on these pockets. I just had that on my desk.
Where is your craft room in relationship to where everybody sleeps in the house?
My craft room is at the front of the house and everyone sleeps in the middle to the back.
Okay, so they don't hear you.
Not at all. Yeah, I can just sneak to my craft room early in the morning.
So that is one of the negative things about living in an RV. If I woke up in the middle of the night, I can leave and shut the door to the bedroom and come to the craft room. But unless I'm really quiet, you know, I can't like use my paper trimmer or anything that would thunk or anything like that.
Yeah.
But, oh well. If that's the worst of it, that's not terrible.
Right. I could see that though. That's the only thing about living in smaller spaces.
Yes. Yes, that is true.
Okay. So Debbie, I'm going to ask you some questions just because I want to know.
Ask away.
When did you start paper crafting?
I feel like I've always been a paper crafter. I worked for Michael's for 18 years. And so I did a lot of crafts because of that. But it really, once I got in management in Michael's, I had no time to do fun crafts. But when I went on vacation one year, I wanted to make something and I brought paper with me, and my friend brought her Cuttlebug, which I'd never used before. And I made a mini album. I don't remember if she inspired me to do it or if I saw it on Pinterest or whatever, but I made a mini album and I actually printed out the pictures and put it into this day. That is one of my favorite things. And my kids, every time they come, they ask to see it because it's got lots of good memories of a good trip. And so that sort of just started me. I made that one and I don't think I've stopped since.
Wow.
It was a lot of fun.
It is. And especially the memory keeping is so important.
Yeah, it's just a matter of printing out the photos. And now that I travel, I try to make sure I have a journal, and every month I try to just one page a month. So I print out whatever happened during that month that I want to remember years down the road, and I put it in my journal. But to get everybody else I know to print pictures, I actually print them for them and send them. So like if I see my kids, I'll print out the pictures and send it. Every time my mother-in-law comes, we'll make a journal together and I'll send it back home with her so she remembers all the fun things we did during that time she was with us.
Oh, cool. Have you ever heard of, I think it's called 100 Free Prints or something?
My camera's funky. Is it Shutterfly? Or is the name of the group or the company 100 Free Prints?
You know, I'm not sure if it might be Shutterfly now. I know when I was first using it, I don't think it was, but Shutterfly might have bought them. I'm gonna close. Sorry.
Well, again, it gets into the mailing problem. So I bought myself a Canon selfie. And so that alleviates any problems of getting mail to me. I mean, I'll be in a place for a month at a time generally. Do I want the squirrel or do I want the pumpkin? I want both. So anyhow, it's just a matter of if I'm stationary enough to get mail to me.
Right. I can imagine that that is a challenge.
Most times it's okay, but just lately we've just had a run of things just getting shipped the wrong place or whatever, but we work with it. It's not a big deal. Because really, aside from my scrapbooking hauls, what do I need mailed to me? All of my bills are online. I guess our car registration was something that we needed and eventually we did get. But except for my scrapbooking supplies, I don't need anything mailed to me.
Yeah, I guess you don't have to worry about the junk mail.
No, thank goodness. We have everything sent to a mail service and they go through and they get rid of the junk mail for us. So that works out well.
Of course, they've been figuring out, like I've been getting junk spam on my phone and email. So now it's not just the mailbox.
That's true. You don't have a brother scan and cut, do you?
I do have one.
Do you use it?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, do you use it?
Oh yeah, I love it. I really do. I bought it a couple of years ago and I didn't use it nearly as much when I didn't have like a permanent home for it where it was always out. But now that I have a permanent home where it's always out, then I use it a lot more frequently now. In fact, all of the ephemera that I was showing, all of this, I cut out with my brother's scan and cut. So these are all Tsunami Rose.
Fabulous.
And she does it with this line. She makes it so that it's scan and cut friendly. And so it just cut everything out for me in no time at all. I had just this big pile of ephemera ready to go. So I do love it for like that kind of stuff. And, you know, cutting out stamped images, it's just as good usually. So yeah, it's definitely worth it.
All right, so sometimes it's the silly stuff that stumps me. I'm not sure where to put my squirrel.
Let me make sure we got to have a good view here.
I'm going to just put them down and we'll figure it out later. So I can move on. So your daughter is crafty too?
Oh, yes.
That is fabulous. That must be so much fun to do stuff together with her.
It is fun. She's funny about her crafts, though. She's pretty particular about what she wants to do, how she wants to do it. So that's the only thing. Sorry, I'm having more technical problems. I don't know if I'm going to get it together today or not, which is distracting me. I can't have a natural conversation. I'm struggling over here.
Is it your volume?
Well, now it's even my camera. Let me get. Sorry, everybody. This must be terrible. Sorry. Okay, I've got that back.
And while Toby's working on that, I'm trying to figure out, you know, when you get paper collections that don't have ephemera with them, and it's sometimes hard to match stuff you have in your stash. So I'm wondering if I should have started with something like this, which really doesn't have anything to match. But it's cute. remember when my kids were young, my two girls and I took a cake decorating class because I worked at Michael's and that was the thing to do. And they made the most fantastic projects and mine just looked awful. I think that might have been the last time we crafted together. Not because of that, just because they were getting older.
That's sweet. I took a cake decorating class with my mom when I was a teenager, and it was a whole lot of fun. And then we took it like at a Michael's store, you know?
Yeah.
And then I ended up becoming a cake decorator in college, and I did like wedding cakes, birthday cakes. I worked for a high-end cake maker and bakery in the area. And it was so funny because I think that a lot of it started with that little class at Michael's, you know, with my mom in high school. And then I learned the trade and really loved it. It was one of my favorite jobs that I ever had, just making edible art, you know, and
yeah, it's so creative.
For special occasions. It was just so much fun.
Oh, did you ever have a cake fall down in delivery?
Oh yes, at weddings.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. What we would do is we would always have extras in the van. We'd have them pre-iced, and we'd have bags for piping, and we would quickly run to the van and remake the cake.
My goodness.
Granted, I mean, it would be a vanilla or a chocolate versus whatever they had probably ordered, but at least they'd have a cake. We'd also have like dummy pieces, which would be decorated styrofoam.
Oh, wow.
For the larger layers at the base if we needed them. And that way we could totally restructure the cake on the fly.
Oh my goodness.
But yes, especially like in Texas, it's so hot. So it's easy for things. And we'd have like 17 deliveries on a Saturday. So you're like rushing from one wedding to the next, and it's hot outside, and inevitably the people who have the latest wedding get the most messed up cake because it's been riding around in the van all day. It was wild. And then, you know, we'd have a few different vans, and that was in the DFW Metroplex. And, you know, they would have to call another van and be like, we need you to take a cake, you know, downtown Dallas. We're going to have to go over to wherever, you know. It was always a comedy of errors, and it's very interesting.
And the brides never knew what happened to their cakes. Well, I'm sure they did sometimes. But boy, that would be stressful.
Yeah, we tried to make sure that they didn't know.
Okay.
Our goal was that they wouldn't have a clue.
So do you make cakes for your family now?
Oh, yeah. I even made my own wedding cake.
Did you really?
Yeah, I made myself a nice 3-tier cake for our wedding. It was kind of insane because I probably shouldn't have been making my own wedding cake, but I kind of did it all. One of my dear friends catered our wedding, and then I made the cake, and then another one of my very close friends did all the flowers. I mean, it was pulled off by just a few, and we did it.
Wow.
My husband and his groomsmen were the ones setting out the chairs. I mean, it's a very DIY wedding.
Wow. Oh, well, you save money that way, and then you do it exactly how you want it.
Kind of, yes. Yes,
Kind of.
for the most part. I mean, it's a little chaotic. I wouldn't recommend it necessarily.
No, I don't think I would want to do it that way either. My husband and I eloped. We just went to Justice of the Peace one day, and called everybody after, actually, we didn't even call. We sent a picture from the city hall with a sign that we were holding that said just married.
Awesome. I wanted to like elope and just do something just very, very simple. Like I kind of wanted to do just a beach wedding in Jamaica. My husband's Jamaican, you know, and do something very simple. And he wanted everyone he knew there. So we kind of compromised. We probably had 100, 150 people there, which felt plenty big enough for me.
Yeah.
But it had so many wild and crazy and memorable moments that to this day, no one has forgotten it.
Does your husband still do music?
He does. Just, you know, he has kind of a home studio and, you know, just kind of makes, his brother also plays. And so they kind of make music and together and, but he doesn't perform any longer.
That's right. As long as he's still doing something he enjoys doing, even if it's not how he makes a living.
Absolutely. I'm going to try to get my other camera on again, and then I'm going to try to get it to where you and I are on the screen at the same time. So I'm going to let you chat with everyone, and then I'm going to try to get this thing going.
Okay. I am just trying to figure out how I can make all of this paper stretch. That's why you might have noticed I cut down this one page just because I was thinking, I don't know, either I have to go out and get another pad, which who knows if they'll still have it, or just make it a smaller folio. I'm looking at how many pages there are. Probably should have counted how many pages I'll need. And then before I go ahead and glue everything down, I just tack it down with ATG temporarily. So I can be sure that I like the placement of everything, that I have enough paper. And then when I'm all done, then I'll go through and glue everything down. So I love the pumpkins. And now this is double-sided paper, so I can't do too much with the pumpkins because I love the acorns. Aren't they cute? But the pumpkins are pretty adorable also. So I also want to coordinate how the sections go, because now I have this section and I want it to sort of look good with that. Like this, I probably could have coordinated that a little better, but it's not the end of the world. So I like the darker color like this, because that looks nice with that. But I only have one of these because I used it for the cover. Let's see what else do we have. Oh, that looks nice. But I like that. But I could. Well, that doesn't look too bad together. So let's go with that. See where we are. And I'll fill in these little channels with just scraps. I don't care if it's this exact paper. I'll just use whatever I have. At the end, just cut down all of my scraps and hopefully get rid of them and not have anything left. So we'll go. I'm not going to even ink up the edges because I might go with that side. So I'm just going to put it down temporarily until I am sure of the placement of everything. So I want to put this one here because I think the acorns are adorable. And no, I don't measure. I just put a little tick mark and cut it at this stage in the game. I do a lot of measuring when I'm making the folios and the mini albums, but at this point, I'm the measure once, cut twice kind of thing. So I like that. And here, probably. Pull my stuff out of the way. If I was smart, I would just know what the measurements are and I could cut, for instance, this, I think we know it's at least, I need 2 of the same size, but I probably need about 6 of the same size. Then I'd cut them all together, but that's okay. See, like this, I just cut off. I'll save that for later and find somewhere to put it. Is this all upside down? Doesn't it look like most of them are upside down? I don't think it made a difference. This will go like that. Now I'll work on this. So I have a couple of different options here. I like this because it's nice and bright, but I don't know that I have anything to really match that. Yep. See, this is a yellowish color, and that is a more beigey color. Now these guys look good together, don't they? Or that one. Actually, those 3 look good together. So that I will work with. I will. Are you there?
I am
Okay.
trying to come
Now
back
I'm
and see if
echoing.
we won't have any feedback. There's a little. Sorry, this is a mess. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time tonight.
Yeah, it was fine for the craft show. Have you done any live since then?
Not since then, but I did a couple before. And then thank goodness the craft fair went well. I'm gonna have to just keep doing it so that I can troubleshoot this.
I love those bingo cards. Those are adorable.
Yeah, these are a part of the Junk General's sunflower kit. It comes with just, I don't know, like 40 pages of stuff. It's
Wow.
just full. Quite incredible.
Yeah, that gives you a lot to work with.
Yeah, there's still feedback. Ugh, it's driving me nuts.
So I don't hear it on my end. Does everyone else hear it on theirs?
Yeah, Amy let us know that there was feedback for them. I'm going to try this. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you guys hear her?
Okay. And I don't hear the feedback now. And we're both still on screen. Oh my goodness, I think I figured it out.
Yay.
Oh my gosh. Half our life is just me trying to figure it out. My goodness. What a distraction too. You know, it's one of those things when you can hear something weird, you can't, it's hard to focus.
Yes.
That's what was going on for me. So I really do like those papers. They are muted, but they're lovely. And I could see that a lot of them could be used even outside of fall.
Yeah, true.
The squirrels are super cute.
Gonna have to be creative with making ephemera for it. I'll see how much paper I have left. And then just be creative. I'll be cutting a lot of squirrels, I can tell you that.
So are you putting a lot of different flips and things like that in there and pockets, or?
I will have pockets. I will have a lot of pockets, and I will have a couple of flips. It depends on what I have left. And then I guess I can go through my stash and see if I have anything else that coordinates. I don't keep things around that I don't have use for. Like, I don't have very much ephemera in my storage at all. So I just have to be creative and use what I've got.
Absolutely. That's usually when the new ideas come to us, right?
That is true. Yeah.
Oh, that's better. Oh, good. Hi, Janine. You're joining just in time when you can actually see both screens and not hear feedback. So welcome. I'm glad you're joining at a good time. Oh my goodness. I have my friend Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums here with me. She is decorating an album that she's made. And I am working on some pockets of sunshine. Hi, Miss Gloria. Sorry, you guys. I have been just so sidetracked by the technology. And I thought I had it figured out. Hi, TR. I got your beautiful card in the mail this week. Thank you so much. And I have a package going out to you that's all boxed up. So Debbie, do you send out Happy Mail?
Not as much as I should.
Oh, good. I'm not alone. I mean, I keep like, I have a list and I actually keep a record of when I send, because I try to keep it pretty balanced. So like when I send things, and I hadn't sent Happy Mail since April for the most part, because once I started the card drive, that really took up like 2 months. And then my kids went back to school, you know, it was just a lot. So I sat down and sent some cards the other day, finally, for the first time in a long time.
You know what really helped me is when I was doing the crafty goals, because I wrote everything down and, you know, I had a checklist of what I wanted to do each month. And since I got away from that, I'm not as good about doing like things like Happy Mail and working
so
from
you
my
have like
stash.
a monthly goals
Yeah,
of crafty goals. You know, I
Yes.
think I remember that. You used to share that on your channel, didn't you?
I did.
Okay, I remember that. Yes.
I started, so even in June, I had a list of everything I wanted to do. Here, I'll show you what September's looks like. Oh, there's September. There's nothing written in it. So yeah, I did much better when I was scheduling things.
Yeah. Oh, that's so pretty. I love that journal, that planner.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. pulled it out the other day, because I really should be using it, but also to see whether or not I could resurrect it. I don't know, I might just make something new. You know, that might inspire me to stick with it.
Right. Yeah, I broke down and got a happy planner for, you know, my crafty life, and I've been doing okay with it. It's been more of a place that I write down my ideas and stuff more than anything, but it is good having it. It is really nice having it. I have a lot of junk journals that I use, and I have one that's like for ideas, one that's for sketching, one that's for to do, my to-do list and things like that. And
Oh, so go ahead.
it's kind of nice for me having like them separated by what I do in the different journals.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So I like that, like one's for dreaming, you know, kind of sketching, and you know, writing down different ideas I might have, and then one's for things that I actually need to do.
If you're like me, you have so many ideas and not enough time.
Absolutely. That is definitely a problem. If I could craft full time, that would be pretty remarkable.
Yeah,
But
well,
I really get a day, you know, each week that's kind of devoted to it. But I do split. I mean, I do other things on that day, but then usually then I'll have like an evening that I do editing or something, you know, after work. So I kind of have to schedule it all out to fit everything in.
yeah, I need to go back to doing batching. Like record all the videos one day, do all the editing one day, do all the social media stuff, that kind of thing. That worked real well with different things at once. In the chat.
Yeah, that's essentially what I do. Is
Yeah.
kind of batch it out. So I'll film all my stuff on a Saturday, and then you know, I can edit on a Sunday evening or something and upload throughout the week, something like that. I've been, my sleep schedule's been really off. And so I have been able to get up because I've been waking up at like 3 o'clock in the morning and get a lot done then. Because my kids aren't up till 6, so I have a good 3 hours. But I'd rather be sleeping. Hopefully the sleep will return eventually. I do not know. It was so funny because I was telling my husband, I think I got off because I was like, I'm going to start waking up 15 minutes before everyone else and clean my craft room. That was my goal. And then I wake up 15 minutes before everyone else and clean my craft room for like a week. And after that week, I've never slept right since. Because then I was like, well, if I get up 30 minutes early, I guess my brain was just like, if you get up even earlier, then you can maybe craft. And then once I figured out I could craft, if I woke up super early during the week, now I'm waking up at 3 a.m. Oh my goodness. And last night I had this idea pop in my head right when I was falling asleep. And then I just ended up dreaming about it all night. Like I was crafting in my sleep all night too. Oh my goodness. My brain's getting a little tired. Hey, Cordelia. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh my gosh, Elizabeth, my life has been a complete mess. You would not be so proud. Hi, Crystal. But I'm happy to have you here with me, Debbie.
Oh, no
Thanks
problem.
for holding down the fort as I tried to figure out the technology side of things.
Well, I hadn't been looking at the chat, so I am now. Elizabeth, I am so surprised that you got the banners, the Happy Mail so quickly. That's right. Oh, you did say it was a banner. I wasn't sure if you were going to surprise people.
Yes, I did.
Cool. Cool, cool, cool.
She got it. Oh, good.
So yeah, maybe I could say, yes, I did send out Happy Mail. Because
Yeah,
didn't-
see, you did it.
Yay, there's one. And I sent my mother-in-law a card for her birthday.
I know, it's so
Sort of
funny.
stumped on this.
I
don't
think
like the.
how much us card makers can struggle to miss actually sending cards. It's something I hear from so many, is that, you know, that they struggle actually sending the cards. You make the cards, but then it's the sending them that gets delayed.
Exactly.
Trying to decide if that's
Like that.
paper. Add a little more. I think I usually put a little more in these notebooks. I'll keep going and see. Hi, Cordelia. Yeah, so you know what's funny about that too, Debbie, is so I was told myself, okay, I'm gonna wake up 15 minutes early and clean my craft room. And I was doing it for a few days and my craft room was just getting better and better. And then once I figured out, oh, well, then once my body shifted and it was waking up at 3 a.m., 3 hours early every day, then now my craft room is a complete wreck. It's not clean at all. And I've just been crafting my heart out. So it didn't work at all.
Start the day the way you want.
That is nice. It does feel like, you know, taking some power back over my days by, you know, starting crafty. In fact, the other day I was like, I didn't start that way. I actually slept till 5:30, so I didn't get to craft that day, and I was feeling a little cranky. And I was like, is this because you didn't get to craft this morning?
That's crazy. So now I'm close to being done. I still have a couple of pages.
Awesome.
To me, it looks blah. Well, of just cutting the paper. The decorating, of course, takes a while.
Yeah, same thing with junk journals.
So I don't know if you were. Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It's the decorating that, you know, the cover probably takes, it depends on the kind of cover you're building, obviously, but the cover doesn't typically take that long. Construction itself doesn't take that long. It's the decorating. It's adding all the little bells and whistles that take the longest. I think I need to add more paper to these. All right.
I remember watching a video a couple of years back with this crafter who, his way of decorating a mini album or figuring out the papers is he just opens the paper pad and whatever paper is there on top is the first paper he puts down, and then the second page is the second paper.
That is so pragmatic.
Blew my mind thinking, wow. It was an interesting theory. I tried it and it doesn't work for me.
Yeah, well, and especially depending on the paper pad, I couldn't see that really working for like the Michael's paper pads now because they seem to group things, you know, solid papers together or whatever. I could be making that up, but it seems that way.
Nope, you're absolutely right. I just opened up the one. That was the one I was going to use, and I still might go ahead and do that after I'm done here. I'll grab it. This Halloween one. I mean, the colors are so
Ooh.
bright and fun.
Those are.
But there's only 24 sheets. I seem to remember they used to be bigger. You get this one. This is more for a 6x6 mini album. I mean, I could cut it down. I don't know. But it's pretty. That's a rose gold foiling or copper foiling. So that was the other one I was going to work.
Halloween right there is just the spooky sweet Halloween kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Well, I have pulled out that Happy Mail you sent me with my order, that pocket page.
Yeah.
I pulled it out a couple of times, like, I should use this. I should smash the stuff that Debbie sent me, and I just can't do it. It's just all too pretty and too.
Aww.
It's put together so beautifully. I just can't do it.
Well, I mean, I did put things in temporarily. I noticed they didn't really mail that well, but I wanted you to be able to use it. I didn't glue it down, but that's okay.
Yeah, I will. I think, I will, but right now it's too precious. You miss buying paper, Elizabeth? No paper room. You just got to make a bunch of stuff so you can make more room. My problem is then I just get these printables and I keep printing more paper. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, looking good, looking good. I might get one of these, we'll see, put together here. I don't even know how long we've been on or what time it is. I completely got lost with all of that technical shenanigans. Oh, wow. We've been almost an hour. I feel like I even just got started.
Holy moly.
I feel like I'm just getting in my groove here because I was so focused on all the Zoom issues. It wasn't their issues. It was my issues, but our collective issues. What I need to do is take note of my process of step by step, like to go live, do this, that, like have it like written down step by step. I think that would really help me because I get flustered because it's still so new to me to do it this way. So I think that would be a beneficial move.
You did it. So, but you're right. If you had the step by step.
Oh, all right. 9 paper clips. Here we go. Let's see. So how is everyone doing today? Hey, Angela, that's you, right? Tumbling Tangles. I think that's you. I think you had told me you changed your name on here. Trying to decide if I should actually make these little pockets of sunshine 2 signatures. No, maybe. So then I would have enough for 3 out of the stuff I printed. We had some other different papers. Oh, we were, Crystal. She was saying she was doing a live almost at the same time. And Elizabeth's having a lazy day. She's still in bed. Oh, TR, is your new hubby a gamer? Let's see. Thinking of adding some different papers in here. Let's see.
So I had an idea. You know the dragon journal that I made?
Yes.
I wonder if I've seen you do stuff with the lunar paste. I wonder how that would go on the texture that I put in, because I love the colors of it.
It would be so awesome. The lunar paste would do really, really well. You know, it can be as opaque as you want it to be, or as transparent. And, you know, it cleans off really easily off of stencils and like my silicone brushes and stuff, but it seems to really stick to other things. I haven't tried it, you know, like I think, do you use a paper clay, or what kind of clay do you use?
I have used the paper clay, but also, but the way I made that one was hot glue, but then I covered it with tissue. So it would stick to tissue paper.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You wouldn't have to worry about that at all.
So I've been trying to, I think I want to order it, but now I can't until I know where I'm going to be for the next month. So I will have to wait on that.
It is really, really good. You know, I've tried a number of different pastes and things, and I do truly love it. It is so, the mica in it, or, you know, the shimmering metallic effect is just mind blowing. It is so awesome.
I think that would add a really neat touch to dragons.
Yes. And you can even layer, you know, the different colors.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. So when I get a spare minute, I'm going to play around with that, I think. I might have to try to find a scrapbook store between now and November, see if anybody cares.
Yeah, I really liked the effect that you got. It was so funny when you put out like a teaser and had us guess like what it was. And I was thinking it was like popsicle sticks.
Oh, because I did the mermaid scales.
That's what it was.
There was the mermaid scales, and then there was the dragon. And if I could grab them, I would, to show everyone, but I have no idea where my husband has stored them.
Oh, I don't think my husband would commit to living with me in an RV and my craft supplies. I mean, he's incredibly supportive, but still. Did you have to dwindle things down quite a bit? Like, did you go from having a big craft room at your house to having a craft room in an RV? What was that transition like?
Well, first of all, it took years, because we had this plan that we were going to go full-time in the RV and we called it the 5-year plan. So we planned it for 5 years before it happened. So part of the plan was not to buy for 5 years, which didn't happen. Of course, again, I worked in a craft store. But I just only bought things that I knew I would use. But still, towards the end, I was giving away boxes to schools.
Wow.
And then I finally just donated boxes and boxes of stuff. But it was stuff I never used. It was the scissors with the funny edges. Yeah, they're cool to have.
But you can get by without them.
You might use them once a year, but is it worth the space if we're only going to use it once in a while?
Right.
Figure out exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, and plus I had a Cricut. I cutting and all sorts of things. Well, it doesn't, because I still buy die cuts, but that's okay. They don't take up much.
So I've seen you use your Cricut. Do you still use it quite a bit, or have you found that you're using it less?
Well, last month I took it and it's sitting 3 feet in front of me, so I look at it every day. But still, you need internet, and with my internet spunky, it doesn't always get used. I probably use it once a month. I don't know. Probably could use it more, but once a month.
I have been seeing so many cool things of people, using SVG files, and I'm pretty sure I can use SVG files with my brother Scan and Cut. I've just never figured it out. And the technology side of things is just not that appealing to me.
Yeah.
But when I see what people are making, it does make me want to change my mind. It makes me want to try it out.
So many machines.
There are.
The Cricut, the Scan and Cut, the sewing machine. I just don't have room for it all.
Yeah. And you can't do it all, right? There's not enough time anyways.
That's true.
So there's that.
Yeah. So what's everyone else working on? What are you ladies in the chat working on? Anyone crafting along with us today?
I think Janine was working on stuff. I'm pretty sure Cordelia cleaned off her desk and she's trying to finish a card right now. And I know that Crystal was crafting because she was going to have, or she did have a live. Let's see, anybody else? Gloria, what have you been up to? Heather? Yes, thanks for stopping by, Heather. Have a good dinner. It's good to see you. Sorry for all the technical stuff. I'm glad you stuck with me and stuck with us on that.
Oh, I see Cordelia's working on Thanksgiving and fall cards.
Nice. Oh, I like these ducks. This is a cute. Used a whole golden book here. That didn't take long. It's smashed that.
Yay.
Yeah. That was easy. That's a pretty center page. All right. Well, how you feeling, Debbie? You're still working. You're still crafting, huh?
Yeah. I still have more to do.
what kind of projects do you have coming up? I know you're doing country craft creations and you've been working really hard with the Halloween stuff. So what do you have coming up next?
After Halloween, I don't do too much in Thanksgiving. That's why I do the fall. But of course, I'll veer towards Christmas. I think I want to work on some Christmas planner journals or something like that.
I have just started printing some. I'm going to work on some as well. I could really use one. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to make one for myself, I'll make one. I'll make a couple for others as well. But just like to organize gift giving and events and all the things. Is that what you do with yours?
Yes. I mean, I put them in the shop.
Yeah. I actually need one.
Yeah.
I actually need to use one. I'm very impulsive. And so it's nice if I can get myself in check with having a plan, you know? And I especially because I just love to give. And so I'll end up, you know,
yeah,
overdoing it a lot of times. But I also want to make a lot of stuff this year, which means I really need to have a plan and get busy making stuff, obviously. So I'm trying to figure out what those gifts will be. In the past, I made things like candles and I've given not really. I've given a couple of junk journals to family members who I knew would want them. Last year, I made sketchbooks for my nieces and nephews because a lot of them like to draw. So I made them all handmade sketchbooks, and I give bundles of cards that have like a mixture that kind of take them through the year kind of stuff. Yeah, I need to figure out what it is I would want to make this year and get to crafting. I was so impressed. One of my brothers a couple of years ago, he did image transfer onto wood and did some. It was the year after my father had passed, and he did these pictures of my father. It was just really cool. Such a neat gift. You know, one of my favorite Christmas gifts for sure.
Yeah.
And so I'd love to make something that can stand the test of time like that, but I don't know that I'll come up with something that cool. It'll probably be something just more crafty.
That was a nice gift. How thoughtful that was.
Yeah, it was very thoughtful.
And those wood
Big
transfers could really come out nice.
And then he hosted the family get together that year. And he had all these old films of our parents, you know, black and white and on vacation. And he had a projector. So we just put them up on the wall and got to see all these really cool videos that I had never seen, or, you know, it had been since I was a child. So I'd virtually forgotten about them. And that was really neat. Very special. We've got to figure out who's hosting Christmas, where we're going. That's why I need a planner, all the things. Last year was nice, like 12 days around Christmas, which was lovely. The 12 days of not working, 12 days of Christmas, but I won't get that much time off this year. Which means I need to plan even more.
And do you have any craft fairs, not virtual, but any live craft fairs you'll go to this year?
I don't know. I was telling my mom I need to see if I'm gonna do if I can get into the one I did last year. I really enjoyed it. I mean, there were some unfortunate there was just kind of like a commercial or a film being shot at the on location to where our craft fair was, because it's in a really historic small town here in Texas, and lots of music videos and commercials and all these different movies are all shot out there. And so it just so happened that they had one set up that day, and so it kind of threw off the attendance of the craft fair because people literally couldn't get past the film crews. But I still did well enough that I would like to go back and do it again. And that's in early December. It's just so nice when you get to see people pick up your product and,
Oh, no.
See what people, how they respond. You can learn more about maybe different ways to make what you're doing, or to tailor it to the general public versus the people who, know and love your niche. So it provides a lot of feedback. And it's just fun meeting people and introducing them to paper crafting kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I like that craft fair because it's all inside, which as a paper crafter, we really need to be indoors. And they always make sure that they don't have too many of the same kinds of booths. So they'll just have like 2 jewelry booths or 2 pottery booths. And so it's not oversaturated, but you do have a variety. It's very well put together. You have to like submit your work, and the judges select who they want each year. There's like a panel that selects the people. So it's good. I'm going to catch up with the chat. Let's see. Yeah, Heather, hi. She was just saying she'll have to check back later to see the finished projects. Let's see. Crystal's going to be doing bowls today too. What kind of bowls, Crystal? Gloria's watching football today. So that's what she's up to. Oh, wow. Cordelia had fried chicken livers. She says everyone's favorite. Green beans and mashed potatoes and gravy. My dad used to eat chicken liver. Well, I would eat it too. I liked it. I haven't had it in years. Do you like football? Do you like sports, Debbie?
I do. We watch hockey.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we'll watch football, but mostly hockey. And preseason games start tomorrow.
Oh.
They start tomorrow. The Lightnings play on Tuesday.
I've been to a Dallas Stars game.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. A couple of times we went to those. That made it pretty exciting.
Yeah.
We really like
you
soccer.
Oh.
We're a big soccer family. So the World Cup is coming in November. That's something we're really excited about.
Melissa, are you asking if I am Canadian? I am not, but I still like hockey.
How did you get into liking hockey?
I don't, my husband and I went to a game or two. I guess it went before then. I lived in Tampa, and the Lightning is a new team. And my daughter would go to the games because a friend of hers had season tickets. and her daughter would go with her. And I mean, she was 8 or 9. And so she would go, and so I would pay attention to it then. And then we went to a couple of games. So we just still watch it if we can get it.
I like it. I like fast-paced sports. For me, softball and baseball, I used to play softball, and definitely it's fun to play, but it's a little, I don't know, I can still sit and watch a game, but those fast sports are more exciting for me. I grew up watching a lot of basketball. I went to a small town, and that was really the only sport that we had. So that was our major sport. So and one of my brothers played, and yeah, I just have always liked basketball. And then I started watching soccer when I was in high school, going to games, and my husband just loves it. He's been playing, since high school. We went to the World Cup together in Europe, and just really love it. I'm gonna have to fill these pockets up with other things too than these little journals. This is all prototype here. I don't really making something different, so figuring it out as I go. Oh my goodness. Well, let me see what else is going on in the chat. Hi, Donna Jo, welcome. Oh, that's a good idea. She said that she's turning her very first photo mini album that she made into an office telephone directory for herself. She said, I'm tired of looking for numbers on the computer and going into my boss's office to look in the files. I'm going back to the old school way. I love that.
It's a great idea.
It is. I had bought one of those Rolodex. I wanted to do the index cards, and I thought, oh, this is how I'm going to keep my Happy Mail addresses, but then that was not going to work for me. And so I just figured out the other day that I'm going to use it for swatching. So I'm going to have a Rolodex of my swatches of all my different mediums and colors and stuff like that. I thought, well, maybe that's what I can do. We'll see.
That's a good idea.
Because then I can take them out and compare them to paper or, each other, put different combinations together if they're just loose on cards, is what I was thinking. So I know that we're probably going to wrap it up here pretty soon, you guys. Debbie, what is a Discord? Do you know what a Discord is? Is it just Debbie J is talking about it in the chat, and I just still don't know what that is. I'm not hip enough to know.
I don't know either.
You don't know either. Yeah. No. I think it's kind of a behind the scenes conversation. I don't know. That's my best guess. And it's not an educated one. Let's see. Well, I used up that whole journal, so now I need to grab another one or another little book. Let's see. Debbie J is going to have more coffee. Yeah, I should probably have coffee too, Debbie.
I had coffee now, I would be awake for a long time.
Yes, I am very sensitive to caffeine. In fact, I rarely have it. And when I have coffee, I typically do decaf, which most people are like, what's the point? And well, I love the flavor and I can't
Yeah.
handle the caffeine. So that's just what I do. Let's see. I need to see. So, you know, I made that printable and I'm totally hooked. I've been making more. I have 2 more printables done already.
Wow. What are
I
the
know.
themes?
One is like barnyard. I think I called it farm rolls or something like that. It's kind of like orchard meets farm. But it's got animals and fruits and vegetables. I was trying to find it. I know I have it printed up to add it in here. Let's see. I just have too many tiles. Here they are. So I have I'm still working on it. It's not done, so I'm not releasing it yet, but I have a few pages of like farm animals and stuff, and then it's definitely, I've got a collage page built out for it, and then some just patterned pages of sorts that and I'm kind of doing it like to where I could do a tall skinny album with the pages folded like vertically. So we'll see, but it's been a lot of fun to make. So I'm thinking though, and then my other one I'm really excited about is all collage pieces, and they're like neutrals. So I thought it'd be nice to have, I think this one has about 7 pages of collage, digitally collaged paper that are all pretty neutral. And I thought they could go with a lot of things. Of course, they're floral because I'm a freak for florals. I got to have my flowers, but that's that one. Anyways, I think I can add a few of these in here. I'm just, I got to fine tune them. Still working on them before I release them. But yeah, and then I want to do a crafty one next.
Ooh,
and
fun.
kind of been looking into all of that. So I've got to pace myself back to what we were talking about with a schedule or a planner and goals. Like I'm going to have to, you know, organize myself a bit so that I keep all the plates in the air.
Maybe we should start a fall crafty planner so we plan from now till the end of the year.
That is a good idea. You know, Debbie J's on here, and she is a crafty planner. She does videos on it, I think every Monday. And, you know, encourages others to plan their craftiness. And I think it's really clever. Let's see.
So I had an idea while I was looking at your newer kits. I might take one of your kits, print it out in grayscale, color it a little in the same tones as this paper.
Yeah.
Just sort of get out of this. It's just so square. So I think I'll do that now. I'm gonna try that.
I like
to
that.
loosen up the
feel of it. Yeah, I love making my Franken paper, but I figured out that even making it digitally is a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Making the digital collages is a whole lot of fun. Hi, Melissa K. Sorry.
How long does it take you?
Hours and hours. That's why, like today, when I've been up since 3. So first couple hours of my day, I was working on it and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to like step away and create a schedule and just like allow myself times to do it, but know that I just can't do it all the time, right? Because it's one of those things where I can feel like I'll be wanting to do it often, and I'm gonna have to schedule my time for that.
My planning is making a list of all the things I have and what I want to do next. You see, I did not add any new additions, but I do have new additions. And I cross them out when I use them. But geez, I haven't touched any of the collection kits. But I might play with sunflowers because you've got me in a sunflower mood. I have that Let It Be collection.
Nice. So yeah, what was that list you were holding there?
It's all the paper that I have that I want to work on. It's almost all the paper that I own.
Wow. I'm impressed that
This
fits on the
does
sheet.
not include single sheets.
Right.
Well, this was probably from July.
Oh, okay. That list was made in July.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So when you do your planning, how do you have like the same kind of task each month and then you just fill in what it is, or how do you do it?
I start out with what my overall guidelines are, like be more proactive in my social media, use up my stash, and there was one more, I can't remember, probably something like send happy mail. And so that's for the yearly, those are my yearly goals. And then monthly, I try to every month do something to attack those goals. And it sort of helps keep me from getting sidetracked, but sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes I don't send happy mail.
Right. But just being organized enough to think about it is a good thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, at least you got that going for you. Yeah, because lately I've been feeling overwhelmed, and I know that a lot of it can be in check if I check myself and get myself in check. And so I'm definitely feeling like, okay, well, if I was planning, I would probably be less overwhelmed because I would have a plan for all the things, because I feel like I can do the things, but not if they're not written down. It really helps me to write things down. And like,
Yeah,
I know people be like, oh yeah, just use my Google Calendar or whatever, but that's just not the same for me. I really like seeing things on pen and paper.
I agree.
I like thumbing through the pages. I like seeing the things I've checked off and that I've accomplished. And I don't think the Google Calendar will give me that same sense of accomplishment.
when I was doing good with planning, I had the goals. And then each month, and then that's how much I used. Then each month, I would say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do for the month. Somewhere I have that. How to use my stash, what I'm gonna use in my stash, what I'm gonna do for my Etsy shop, what I'm gonna do for social media, the papers I wanna use. And then each week I would break it down on what I was going to do. But I sort of got away from it and I don't know why.
Yeah.
All right.
One time I was feeling real proactive, and I like downloaded this YouTube planner for planning your videos and stuff. And I used it for about a month and never picked that up again. But it was helpful, you know, like, especially for me, like writing down the product names of things that I'm using and stuff. I know that that's a weakness of mine. I don't script anything. I know some people like script their videos, and I don't do that. You know, and especially because of my schedule, I might not do the voiceover for some time after I recorded it. So then I can't remember what I used or what it's called. So it would be nice to be more organized. And the only thing stopping me is me.
So Debbie J said, I'm learning that I need to check off what I've done and a list of stuff that needs priority. I think that sort of hits the nail on the head.
Yeah.
You have to prioritize.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I was, you know, kind of just crafting I was doing a lot of kitchen table crafting leading up to the craft fair, and just hanging out and doing my crafting at the dining room table so I could be with the family more. And I didn't have like a clear direction of what I was doing necessarily. I was just having fun. And I was pleasantly surprised when I was able to take the things that I had been doing just for fun and turn them into something. So I like went through and bust my scraps and used all of my scraps, and was delighted when I figured out that, oh, I'm going to be able to use all that Franken paper I had made for cards. And I made a bunch of paper dolls, which is really outside of my typical like wheelhouse. And then I ended up turning those into cards. And so I was just lucky that it all worked out. I had just been like, you know, mindlessly crafting without a plan up to that point. How you feeling, Debbie? Are you feeling like wrapping it up? Uh-oh, are you still there?
Well, I'm glad. Yeah, because I'm going to print out and do the cup or not. Because I almost have everything glued down. I thought I had everything. I found one paper I don't done. I got the basics done on this, and I can go forward with decorating.
Yay! Well, I have got.
Nobody wants to see my desk when I'm doing that.
Well, they see my mess all the time. So, you know, I've just been hanging out here with you, being my crafty girlfriend. I haven't even told everyone, just in case anyone's new, whoever's hanging out. Debbie has a YouTube channel, Project 39 Mini Albums, and she makes amazing mini albums. Debbie, your tutorials are just mind-blowingly good. I just think they're so awesome, and I value them greatly. I tend to succeed if I follow your directions. And
that's
it's
good.
fun
Thank
because,
you.
you know, I don't know, mini albums always seemed really intimidating to me, but then like if I follow your directions, I somehow come out successfully making a mini album, and that's such a good feeling.
I loved how you made all those mini albums for your family at the reunion. You know, you made them simple, but you made them quick.
That was really fun, you know, and it felt like the right kind of gift to give, you know, like for them to document their time hanging out here with us, and just totally worked. So that was really fun. And I'm pretty sure I followed one of your tutorials to do it. In fact, I just know that I did. It's funny, when I'm following one of your tutorials to do a mini album, I'll just like keep the video on so I can go back and rewind and listen again, and, you know, catch the details. So I'm usually, if ever I'm following one of your tutorials, I'm keeping it playing while I'm doing it, and it helps a lot.
Good.
Well, do you want to show everyone?
Good. I'm glad you find them useful.
Oh, they're amazing. They're absolutely awesome. You want to show everyone what you've made and what you're working on? I'm guessing you might share it another time on your channel. So that would be another reason for you guys to go and check out Debbie's channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification. The bell notification, what that does is it prompts you to be informed of whenever, if you hit all, of whenever the channel uploads again. And so you'll, I don't know, get an email. It'll pop up on your feed, depending on how you interact and watch YouTube. But it's a good thing if you really want to follow a channel to get the notifications. I think Debbie might be changing camera views. I'm not sure. I'm going to stay hands down because we already had enough technical issues earlier. I'm just kind of finishing up here on mine. Debbie, you want to show them yours? I can't hear you and you're frozen. I'm not sure if you can hear me. Uh-oh. I think Debbie's.
There we are.
There we are. Excellent.
There we are. So my internet signal is starting to waver a little bit. I'm surprised we went this long, so I'm glad. We're out in the middle of the woods in Washington State. So I'm glad we at least did it this long. I'm going to do a quick walkthrough of this. It's just the basics. I haven't done too many pockets or flips, and not much decorating. I've got a tutorial coming up on this folio. I've done 2 or 3 Halloween ones, and it just gives you a lot of room for photos. I haven't even worked on this yet. And I don't, if you guys weren't here from the beginning, I was using a paper pad from Joann's. It's just so muted. So this is the beginning. I will show it in my Instagram, or maybe I'll do a walkthrough on YouTube once I get it all done so you guys can see what I've done. But thank you, Bitty Penny, for having me today.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm so sorry. It was a little wonky there, like the first 30 minutes, but luckily it eventually worked itself out. I loved having you here. I just wanted to craft with you and hang out with you. And, I found you through being on the sheet load team and just really always admired you and just loved you right from the start. So thanks for being my crafty friend. We've had a lot of fun and adventures together. You're on the old plus new team. We were on the sheet load together. And I just want to keep that friendship going.
That would be great. And I enjoy your channel as well. And crafting
Aww.
with you is fun.
Oh, good. I was a little just when the technology was acting up, I was a little distracted, but we got through it. And it all worked out. I cut up all my papers and kind of have some signatures here going. I'm still not 100% sure what I'm going to do with these pockets of sunshine, but I do have kind of the beginnings of a little journal here, which is what I'm planning on putting in there. I'm just feeling like I probably need to put other things in the pocket as well. So that's what I have to figure out, is what else I might want to put in there. But these are fun little journals, and they have like different messages of encouragement, follow your dreams, joy is a choice, be yourself and you can be anything. The best investment you can make is in yourself. So they're really just, that's why I'm calling them pockets of sunshine. They're really just like, positive affirmations, positive little booklets, and they're gonna go in here with something else. And then there's a pocket on the front as well. So that's what I'm working on. And like Debbie, I'll end up sharing it with you guys later when I have that figured out, when I know exactly what I am doing with these and when I have them done. Thanks for hanging out with us. It was wonderful having you guys here. Yeah, digis are hard, WJ, because we do keep tweaking them and making them better and better, right? I'm a recovering perfectionist. Hey, Sue, I'm sorry. I'm just now seeing your message. I'm going through the comments real quick. I hope you're doing well. Just checking everything out. Oh yeah, that is a huge stencil, Debbie. It's a 12 by 12. It's really cool. I'm way behind here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you next time. I know that I've lost Debbie, but I'm sure she says goodbye. What a wacky life, but it was fun. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. Much, much love, and I'll see you next time. Bye.